So hopefully by now you have some understanding of what is an architect and the different types, and you decided that yes, you want to be an IT architect. Technical architects are the master of their domain, so what you're looking for is a specialization. If you're looking for a position like infrastructure architect, you might want to certify in a certain technology. If you want general knowledge about DevOps, a link that helped me a lot was DevOps Bookmarks. It points to different links to Kubernetes, Docker, Puppet, Chef, and anything you need to know about DevOps. Then a Cloud Guru has very good courses about AWS and Azure and other platforms as well. They have courses to certify as well. It's really good. Then if you are a DBA or focus on data, you might want to certify in the platform you are working on, like Oracle, Postgres, or SQL Server or similar. Then learn about the data life cycle of in your business. That would be really important for an architect, a data architect. Then application architects will need to learn about design patterns and also integration patterns. Links that helped me through my career were the Microsoft Azure patterns microservices, as well as Wikipedia. Wikipedia has very good references. When you see an article, it has references, and sometimes they point to papers and very good sources. Then understanding concepts outside your domain will be important, not as important as being a master on your domain, but you need to understand different concepts of architecture. So if you follow the lessons on Developer to Architect from Mark Richards, they are really good. They are really easy to understand. General architecture lessons are the recommended one here for a technical architect. Then if you can learn about architecture perspectives and how to document, like described in TOGAF, in the IEEE standards and the 4+1 model, that would be really important. Then something extremely important for application architects would be to manage technical debt and communicate that effectively. So you will need to learn the Martin Fowler's Tech Debt Quadrant and how to explain that to other people. It's good to listen to Steve McConnell's explanation about technical debt. There is another concept called technical inflation as well that you might want to visit and to learn about. Then look for tools like SonarQube, which could make your job easier. They have reports on technical debt, and they are really easy to understand as well. As we mentioned before, the solution architect is the most balanced one. So you need technical expertise, the same as technical architects, or maybe not as strong as a technical architect, but all the recommendations for technical architects still apply here. Then you will need to improve your communication and project management skills. I would recommend you to read out Prince and PMI methodologies if you want to specialize, or read about one. You don't need both. They talk about the same, that is being an effective project manager. My main takeaways of these methodologies are scope management, how to avoid scope creeping or identify that, the estimation of work using WBS, especially on large solutions, risk management and stakeholder management. When designing large solutions, you might not have an agile focus. So you won't have a user story, your sponsors are harder to find, and the work breakdown structure might be needed because it's across many different teams and many different pods. So it cannot be managed as an agile way. However, Prince and PMI has some methodologies specific to agile. So yeah, that would be my main recommendation on that side. Then learn about most code lists, non-functional requirements, and architecture drivers, which will be the, the main drivers for shaping the solution and the architecture. Non-functional requirement like, okay, we need something that is more or less reliable, or it has to be portable, might change your architecture completely. Then read tips about making effective presentation and effective communication, because you might be doing more than a technical architect. And learn how to negotiate. At this point, you might be negotiating requirements and scope. So Getting to Yes is a really good book that I would recommend anyone. So if you can, just go and check that one. Enterprise architects require more business knowledge and communication than technical knowledge. However, reading about integration patterns, as you will see the company as a whole, and that involves many, many applications that integrate to each other, it will be a recommended thing to learn and to read about. So we talk about microservices I/O for technical architects, Azure patterns, the Wikipedia references, and I would include here enterprise integration patterns. It's old, but it's still good, especially on queue integration, all event-driven architecture integrations. You will need to learn about SOA, service-oriented architecture, and definitely you will need to go through the page of Mark Richards, that is developer to architect. Then it's not the very first thing that you will have to learn, to be honest. It's interesting how not many architects use these methodologies. They provide good scaffolding and fill the gaps when you don't know about something in particular. They have very good methodologies. So TOGAF, DODAF, FIAF are frameworks, different frameworks for managing architecture, establishing an architecture team, how it evolves, the architecture of the overall company, how to register the assets. So just take a look on that. It's not going to be the first thing you are going to read, but it's good anyway. Then, same as solution architects, improve your communication skills and project management skills. For an enterprise architect, it's really important to familiarize with big consultant companies' publications like Gartner, Magic Quadrant, and Hype Cycles, especially if you are evaluating service providers and different technology. Then Forrester Waves and ThoughtWorks. They have a very good way of presenting technology for people that might not understand it really, really well. So it's really good to see them and take ideas from them. Or just presenting that, because they are really, really good support for your presentation. Then, depending on the industry domain that you are working on, you might need to learn a specific framework like ETOM, or like ETOM is from TM Forum. It's for telecommunication companies, the same as SID and the same as TAM. But there might be others, like if you are in a logistic company, you might need to understand UEL. So yeah, all depends on the industry you are working on.